Hey, this is the old Ranch Fairy. Been getting a lot of messages from people. I'm out here at the test lab number 2. We had the ice storm of the century, snowpocalypse hit on snow COVID or whatever you want to call it. And there's a lot of trees down, so we've been cutting roads out. It's really good exercise for those who do. It's like P90X tree drag for hours at a time. Took 4 hours to clear 3/4 of a mile of road. That's not the point of this video. I get a lot of messages from folks and they're saying, hey, I spitballed me up in there. I was looking on some calculator tools, got me all kind of ideas, and the old forward to center is only 12 or 17%, 22%. This is the one I want to shoot. And should I shoot it? And I'm like, well, does it fly? Hey, stay tuned. That's this video. Hang on. So, if you go to the Ashby bow hunting website and look at the 12 penetration enhancing factors, it walks down. It's a recipe for an arrow, and there's 12 factors. There's way too much focus on the forward to center thing. Don't get me wrong. You want to have the highest forward of center arrow you can, so you have the most mass in the smallest place. That's where the broadhead's sitting to kill your critter. However, if you just grab some arrow and decide to throw 400 grains up front and spitball it and say that's good because it's high forward to center, and you did not check your arrow flight, you have wasted money and time and precious time and a lot of time. And you talked a lot of trash to a lot of people and said, I got me the high forward center. I don't know if it's flying sideways or not, but it's doing fine. It's forward to center, 22%. I don't know where I missed on this. It's probably on me, right? But I see there's tons of comments all over the internet and message boards and stuff, and all your yapping about is forward to center. Now, I'm telling you, I still want you over 16% forward to center. I still want your total arrow mass, point, shaft, all that, over 550, but it has to fly. It has to fly perfect. Even you guys who shoot the old flap, the old 400 grain Twizzler, full metal jacket piece of junk on your old bow and arrow there, and you're shooting 75 pounds, and the arrow's flying sideways, but you don't know it because you have fletchings, because you have never bare shafted. Even you guys need perfect arrow flight. So if you're a flapper shooter and the old Twizzler, you can do that, but it's still got to fly perfect. So I have a video. It's a process to build a hand load. It's on the Ranch Fairy channel, and that's why we're selling the kits. There's 2 different spines of arrows. There's multiple field points. Here's how this works. There's a recommendation on there, on that video, on which ones to buy, but you get a lighter spine or probably on spine arrow, and you get a stiffer shaft. And those arrows, each different one, bends different with a different point up front. A 300 spine arrow with a 350 grain point is not the same bendiness as a 300 spine arrow with a 125 grain point. Don't get wrapped around the axles about the stupid number. It's a reference. It is not the gospel, because they all bend different when you load the front. Or you unload the front and go down to 100 grainer. It stiffens it up. If you add it to the front, it softens the spine, and you're trying to find an arrow with the perfect bend coming out of your bow with you shooting it. That's also high forward to center and over 550 grains with an adult broadhead on the front. But do not just shoot for forward of center, go whipping it around and all that stuff. and say you got it, and then you cut the fletchings off and it tears a 7-inch tear left, and you say, well, it's got to work because it's high forward of center. No. Go to the Ashby Bow Hunting website and look at the 12 factors. The first one, structural integrity. It can't break. Your stuff can't break on impact. The old flapper blades can't be flying off. That's bad. The second one is perfect arrow flight. Then forward to center. Just think of it in that order. Getting the broadheads is easy. Number 2 is hard. Get your flight right. Get perfect arrow flight. You can buy broadheads that are super durable. I've got them all over my channel. Adult broadheads that aren't going to break. So the structural integrity piece is pretty straightforward these days. But perfect arrow flight first, and seeking a high forward of center over 16% arrow and an arrow over 550 grains total arrow mass or more. That is the deal. So, hang in there. Keep sending me messages and stuff, and I'll help you. I just don't want you to get too wrapped around the axles about one thing when it's a combination of things. In fact, there's 12 of them. Just keep going down the list, and when you get your recipe right, you're baking bread. You got bread. So if you make bread and you don't put salt and stuff in there, and you miss one, it doesn't work as good. It's like that. Late